Thank you very much. I would like to start by echoing what Chairman Murphy and Ranking Member Young said, to say thank you for your service to our country and the sacrifices that you and your families make to be able to serve our great nation. It's appreciated, and you all should be congratulated on being nominated for these posts. Ambassador Johnson, I'm going to start with you, as this is the 70th anniversary of Israel, one of our closest friends in the world and certainly in the region. And Israel, since its inception, has endured attacks from state actors and non-state actors, most recently Hamas, we talked about Hezbollah, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, the Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, just to name a few. And I had the opportunity to see this personally when I was in Israel earlier this year. When you can see how small a country is when you fly in a helicopter, and you can see the ocean on one side and the Syrian border on the other side. And we were at the Lebanese border where Hezbollah had been digging tunnels through solid limestone for 10 years to be able to get inside Israel and attack them. And, then of course, during the Passover in early April, Israel endured the largest rocket attack coming from Lebanon since the Lebanese war in 2006. And obviously this is all being encouraged by, it's either being done by Hamas or Islamic Jihad, and certainly encouraged by the IRGC. So what can we do to prevent southern Lebanon from becoming a staging area for these types of rocket attacks on Israel?
Thank you, Senator, for your question. I share your deep concern with the attacks that have been emanating on Israel, both from Lebanon and more recently from Gaza. The United States' commitment to Israel's security is absolutely ironclad, and Israel will continue to exercise its inherent right to self-defense. But we have to do more. The Lebanese have to do more. Hezbollah, there are a number of ways that we have been targeting Hezbollah. Since 2005, over 200 sanctions on individuals and entities going after their finances, and that is important in terms of their ability to access weapons. I understand that that Hezbollah is under financial stress, economic stress, due to some of these sanctions. We've been able to enlist some of our partners in the Gulf, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, to join us in these sanctions. Just last week, the FBI seized 13 internet domains of Hezbollah, which is another way to try to cut off their support. We do continue very much to support UNIFIL's mission in southern Lebanon. UNIFIL has played an effective role in monitoring the cessation of hostilities since the 2006 war between Israel and Lebanon, and also plays a stabilizing role along on the blue line with their reporting activities, and especially the ability of the peacekeepers to get in there and diffuse tense situations. Now, I'm not going to say that they've been able to fully implement their mandate. They have not. They have been prevented from accessing key areas of concerns like the tunnels that you mentioned. If confirmed, I would call on the Lebanese authorities to uphold their responsibility to allow UNIFIL to operate in all the areas necessary to fulfill their mandate. And we also need to continue to work with Lebanese armed forces to do more joint patrols and have a stronger presence in southern Lebanon. I do think those things will help.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, 10 years to dig the tunnels through solid limestone. It was a very loud, noisy process. And as we observed from the Israeli side of the border, Hamas is still there. I mean, they're still there watching us. And obviously, Lebanon's got 75% of its population is in poverty. They haven't had a president in 6 months or whatever it is. Very complicated. The economy's in meltdown. My understanding is the Iran foreign minister was there recently to talk, really start trying to get their candidate, Suleiman Frangia, to be the new president. What would that mean if Suleiman Frangia was actually the new president of Lebanon? How would that impact our relations with Lebanon and relations with how Lebanon was going to interact with Israel?
Senator, thank you for the question. I share your concern about Iran's malign influence in Lebanon, including through Hezbollah. What we have been continuing to advocate is that the Lebanese parliament is going to have to choose the next president. It's not for the international community to decide, but we've really expressed the qualities that we believe are important. Someone that's free from corruption, someone that can unite the country, that puts the interests of the people first, that can build a coalition to implement the reforms. Some candidates will not meet that bar. We have been very clear with all across Lebanese political spectrum that that's what needs to happen. We've been delivering a united message with our partners, with France, with Saudi Arabia, with Qatar. We share the same goal, and it's the one that I've stated.
All right, so real briefly, because I've already run out of time too. What's your analysis of the political stalemate? Where does it go?
I'm an optimist, Senator. Everything I read leads me to believe they're getting closer. They're getting closer. They need to assume the urgency that the situation demands. It's really time for the Lebanese leaders and political leadership to step up. Electing the president is just the first step. It gets us to some of those next stages where we need to form a government that's capable of providing services to the people, that can operate transparently, that puts corruption in the rearview mirror. The reforms are not going to be easy. I won't lie, but they really have to do it to secure that World Bank loan and get some necessary liquidity into the economy. So electing the president's the first step, but it's a path, and they're going to need our support.
Great. Thank you, Ambassador.